So,
We're at 1330, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
So the plan was for Longshore to call in your bird, correct? As you continue traveling towards Archerton?
Once we get there. But we'll just carry it with us until we get there.
Alright, so most of the journey continues unperturbed, and you continue on through the windy paths of the mountains, and you get closer towards Archerton. Eventually the road straightens out into a long stretch of road that seems quite familiar to you, and the recon scout from earlier runs up to a lot of you and says, "We're about halfway there. I think we're gonna make it."
Oh,
No.
don't say that. No.
You're on the separately.
Tobias actually like slams his book closed and says, "No."
Oh my god!
Have
I
you
just,
never seen a play?
My horse down a nearby
I fart in
embankment.
his general direction.
just slumped down onto my horse.
His lips just begin quivering at the sudden and he looks like he's about to cry.
Good! Cry! Be sorry!
I take pity on him and give him a single arrow.
You should take pity on him and give him some lovely incense that you have in your little ink bottle.
Yeah, he reaches out with a shaky hand and grabs the arrow, and he just listlessly goes back and hops onto the back of the caravan.
Just a broken man. Who are these people?
But yeah, so you get about halfway through, and the caravan's starting to speed up now that the road's evening. And one of the caravan drivers just looks at the lot of you and says, "Well, are you taking us the whole way, or are we good here? Because we know the route from here just fine."
We're gonna escort you guys back to the teleport pad.
Yeah. I
Alright,
think so.
good to hear, good to hear.
Despite like Tobias knowing that it's actually completely illogical, he is really tense and like on guard from like something bad is gonna happen because
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I'm the same as well. Thorin's sitting there like the hairs on the back of his neck are standing up on that. Like he can feel the bad juju in the air.
Yeah.
Well then, in that case, as the sun starts to go down in the horizon and you get closer to Archerton, you see the same grove that you appeared out of earlier, and you manage to reach the teleporter uninterrupted by any encounters whatsoever. As you get closer to Archerton, you actually still hear the siege going on in the background. It hasn't let up at all.
Hey, can you you nature types, can you guys check around for tracks, make sure no one was here except us?
Good idea.
I will leave that with you, Esfendiar.
I'll take care of that.
I place the gem in Razor's claws, and I cast the following. I've been waiting to use this.
That's actually quite cool.
Yeah. So, my eyes sort of roll into the back of my head like the wargs in Game of Thrones. And, Razor spend 5 minutes flying over the siege, then 5 minutes back on my shoulder, and then just snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Thank you.
Bomb spaghetti.
So it's just dropped the gem in the sea.
Yeah, just like in the
Alright,
middle
gotcha.
of fighting.
I shall make a note of this.
I feel pretty good with that idea.
That was a really good idea.
Thank you. I take a bow.
I will spend the time searching the area, both inside the grove and immediately outside the grove, for tracks.
Alright, that was your 23 roll, yeah?
26.
Oh, yeah. You notice a few tracks, they look like wolf pads leading into the grove. And as you sort of split the trees and go deep into the grove, you see the teleport, and just chilling out to the side of the teleporter is the wolf from earlier on a few days ago.
Oh, it's a Jika. Okay, I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals as a ritual. I'll approach a Jika and speak to it.
Yeah,
I found the
it sort of
killers.
just licks its neck.
I found the killers of your pup.
Did you eat them?
I did, actually. They're all dead.
Oh yeah,
Rest
you totally
assured.
did.
I hope their meat was tasty.
Oh, you know, I've had
Yeah, it was alright. No, I'll just say, indeed, you can sleep well. Your young one has been avenged.
She licks the head of her little wolf pups and sort of just crawls into a ball with him underneath her belly.
that poor wolf.
Alright. Besides that, there's no other tracks in the area?
Nope. None.
Okay, that's a good sign. The Druidic Grove has been quite secure.
Yeah, and after a little bit, the refugees, they also escort their caravans deep into the grove. It seems to be well hidden. Like, as soon as the bushes and the shrubbery close together, you can't even see what's in it. It's that thick.
Can we dedicate like half an hour to clearing out our own tracks to make sure it doesn't get found out?
Yes, you can.
I've just been doing that as we go.
Oh, you can just do that?
No, he
I
said
sort of
it
have
like a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna do that. I'm like, okay.
Did you want me to re-roll that at any point? Or can I just do it?
I think that's a thing with favored terrain, but I'm not sure. Let me just quickly check.
Yeah, actually roll a survival for me at advantage.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Woohoo!
You effortlessly clean out your tracks from the initial refugee camp to here.
Cool.
I just have that banner like there-ish.
Can I check on the steeds? Like, how are they going? Have they had enough to forage on as we were traveling?
Now that you've left like the snowy regions of the path, there's plenty of grass for them to feed on.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so we're leaving these guys here and then heading off?
Yep. We gotta get to Barrenbark.
It seems well defended, and well, not well defended, but very well hidden here.
Yeah, this is the most practical place to have them stay while we're away.
I'm not gonna lie though, I wouldn't be surprised if we come back here sometime later and these chucklefucks have burnt the place down.
They are pretty incompetent.
Especially you, and I point to the guy who fucking jinxed us.
Can I grab him?
Still waiting for that other shoe to drop. Thanks.
I'm gonna like grab him, pick him up from his horse, and take him along with us. You're coming with us.
The smell of urine fills me.
And just to make sure he doesn't run off, I'm just gonna like saddle him back on the back of my elk.
You actually bringing him with us?
Yeah, I'm dragging him along.
That seems like an unnecessary handicap for us.
Hey man, he has 2 arrows.
Yeah, and as you sort of pass through all the caravans, everyone just whispers a word of thanks as you guys pass by.
You're very welcome. Can we get 2 words of thanks because we're taking this incompetent arsehole with us?
Thank you for taking him away from us. One of the men in the back just says, "Good luck, Flip. Don't die out there." And he just whimpers again.
So, Flip, that's your name? Your new name is Reek.
Oh!
I pull out a dagger. Yeah.
Alright, shall we get going?
Tally ho, pip pip, jolly good.
I lose an arrow.
Oh, why?
These are the effects of my natural explorer, though, so I don't think covering tracks is part of it. But I do remain alert while I'm foraging and stuff, which is good to note.
Do you have pass without a trace?
No.
That's a shame.
I think the best benefit from that is the +10 to stealth rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then in that case, as the sun's starting to set, you guys turn around and you start heading off to Barrenbark again with Longshore covering your tracks from the grove to the main road.
I'm still like really nervous about what was his name? Him?
Flip.
Yeah,
Flip.
His name is now
Flip jinxing
Reek.
us.
I'm
So,
totally
yeah.
down with calling this guy Reek from now on.
I'll give that a pass.
I'm gonna call him Philip just to annoy him.
Alright, then heading back throughout the night, you could probably get about here
If we can only get
until it hits midnight.
there, do you reckon we should just camp out here for the night? It's a lot safer.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Yeah.
Alright, Philip, you're on watch.
You just call him a different name every single time.
Like Vincenzo.
Yeah.
He sort of just sits up on a low-hanging branch in the grove, and as the villagers sort of scatter around and they lay down their bedrolls or whatever, some of the fruit trees nearby, they move their branches towards the lot of
I have an
various fruit.
extremely important question.
Yes.
How close is this low-hanging branch to the ground and the rest of the camp?
To the rest of the camp.
Yeah.
It's low-hanging, as in if you were to jump up, you could probably tap it.
Alright, and how far away is it from the campsite?
Pretty much at the very perimeter, so less than 20 meters.
Alright. Is he downwind?
Oh dear.
No wind actually gets through. They can't
Alright,
penetrate.
I
the thicket.
uncork the hag reed bottle and place it directly underneath him. And return to the campsite.
Oh.
I give him very specific instructions. You are not to leave from that branch the whole night.
Yeah, he doesn't move. He's still like snotty and tears running down his eyes.
Now you listen here, Flip. I know you're a filthy coward, but before the end of this adventure, we're going to make a hero out of you. You hear?
I just want to go home.
Quiet. Part of being a hero means going through tough experiences. So you're going to sit there in that tree. No, you're going to sit in that tree. No more crying, or I'll hit you, okay?
Give you something to cry about, you little bitch.
Now you stay there and stay on watch the whole night. You hear?
He just nods very listlessly as he stands on the branch. Arrow at the ready.
Actually, before I go to sleep, I give him 2 of my arrows and say, there, I'll double the offer. And then go to sleep.
As we come back from tormenting, I'm just like, so we're leaving without him tomorrow morning, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I nod like vigorously.
I'm gonna go to the toilet real quick. I'm back in a second.
Oh yeah, me too, actually.
Actually, that gives me a chance to grab a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives me a chance to get some more ice.
Actually, how about proposition? We take like a 5-10 minute break. and
Yeah, that's
reconvene.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. See you guys in a second.
Back in a jiffy.
I'm back.
Hello, hello. Anyone there?
Hey.
Hey, man. How far would it take or how long would it take for us to get to Barrenbark? Is that like a 2 days journey?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool. So the majority of
rations and stuff.
Actually, I was about to talk to you about that. I'm going to, before we go to sleep, can I cast Goodberry? I'm going to cast Goodberry 3 times to create 30 berries in my hands. They lose their potency if they have not been consumed within 24 hours. Sure. And eating them restores 1 hit points and provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for a full day.
Okay. Yeah, that seems fine.
So I'm going to provide those to the steeds as well to keep them going in the areas without any grass and what have you.
Yep.
Hello.
Hey.
Yo.
While we've got a break in the action, West.
Yes.
So we're on the same page. Is it fine if Tobias is from what's it called? The country that Demon's Reach is in.
Lutheria.
Yeah, Lutheria.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Just so we're on the same page, so it's not ambiguous.
Yep. All good.
Is Vestergaard just like a small little village, or is that a decent sized settlement?
It's a small village.
What about the Bulwark? Is that mostly like a military settlement?
Yep. It's like a big fort.
Okay, and so it's like just Demon's Reach that is a decent sized city.
Yep, it's like the citadel of Lutheria.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's where my university would be, I assume.
More than likely, yes.
Cool.
So Tobias, what's life like in Lutheria?
That's a good question. West, what's life like in Lutheria?
It snows all the time. It's very hard to grow crops. Animals and such are scarce. And a lot of the populace relies quite heavily on magic for their day-to-day things. For example, Goodberry is a good example.
So, it's pretty sucky, honestly. It's fun, yeah.
That sounds pretty bad.
Yeah. The university is a nice enough place, but really stifling.
So do you enjoy life a little bit south of the border then?
Apart from being stabbed and shot and embroiled in this whole war and maybe end of the world if the big crack in the sky has any to go by, apart from that, I've really enjoyed my time down here so far.
I'm glad to hear that. I hope your time at Serena's Blessing was really quite wonderful before the whole place got ruined by...
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what ruined it. We need to find out that.
I'm betting on one of the gods having something to do with it. I'm not convinced it's Narcissus. Just some like cursory flicking through my books and stuff. Something to do with Goethe seems to fit the bill better than most. What with the suffering and death and the people shriveling up.
Oh shit! Hey, sorry, you just reminded me. There was a handout I was gonna make that I forgot to make.
Okay.
Everything that I've told you about Serena's Blessing is in line with the symptoms of people who suffer from the Moor Plague.
Okay.
Sorry guys, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Dunker.
So that just makes me think that one of the gods has something to do with the Moor Plague. Unless the lightning was just coincidental, which I really doubt.
Same here. I ball my hands up into fists and swear an oath under my breath that I will kill violently whatever caused this destruction to my homeland, whether it be man or god.
I'm a bit shocked at you claiming to vowing to kill a god, but I'll put a hand on your shoulder and say, I'm not much help in a fight, but I'll help you how I can.
Thank you, Tobias. I appreciate this. I will not let this injustice go unpunished. They destroyed my very homeland. The vast majority of my people killed, or worse, from the sounds of this Moor plague you described to me. I can't let this go unpunished. I make an oath that I won't flee from the next god I set my eyes upon, even if it is Narcissus again. Instead, I will confront them.
So, would everyone like to be tried separately when that happens?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I have a healthy respect for the sentiment, but I will assist only in the sense it's not a suicide mission, buddy.
I wouldn't expect anything more. I
tip my hood and
I appreciate the
Booseberry.
sentiments.
Eat a raw gooseberry.
Alright, now that everyone's back, I do have to summarize this because I realized I didn't give a hand. All the effects that you guys know about in the Serena's Blessing of you being black and charred and still living, they're all symptoms of victims who suffer from the Moor plague.
Oh.
Yikes.
That's much more rapid onset than usual, though, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Are we at all familiar with how people get the plague? Because you were saying before that even eating the meat of infected animals or wearing their skins, it just fucks with you but doesn't give you the plague. So
Yeah.
what actually gives you the plague?
So the only thing that Tobias concluded with that was everyone who were able to dabble into the arcane and magic inclined, all of them have been afflicted in Serena's Blessing, but the refugees who haven't, they have no knowledge of how to cast magic whatsoever, they're still alive and okay.
Is there a difference, is there a distinction to be made between arcane power and divinity?
Or natural, for that matter?
Or what?
Naturally derived powers.
Like mine and Esfandia's.
That's a good question.
Thanks, I guess.
So far,
Because he gets his power from a god, we get our power from being treated.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be a pattern because people from all walks of life have been afflicted in the past. Everything from clerics to even people in Elsyx druid. It doesn't seem to have a specific target, if you will.
Wait, guys, we're people from all walks of life.
Oh no.
Thorin just stares into the middle distance for about an hour.
Does what about races that are naturally magical, like tieflings or elves?
You've seen cases of them being afflicted too.
Okay, so you don't need to actively reach for magic power to be susceptible to it.
Yeah, I mean, even animals have been more plagued in the past. So.
Oh dear.
So the solution, the apparent solution to the plague is also its cause. Excellent. Well, shall we onwards to Barrenbark?
Yeah.
Let us ride.
Alright, as the morning sun comes up again, The refugees, they seem to still be relaxed and they're just chilling out in the grove. You know, the same old lady serving gruel again. She sort of waves at the lot of you, asking if you'd like some before you leave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so she serves the lot of you first, actually. She gestures
Damn right she does.
specifically for Tobias to come first. And just asked everyone else to walk. And she serves you the gruel. And I believe it was a 1d9 plus 2.
I'm on that shit so fast.
Oh,
Tobias just reminds her of her dead husband. Oh,
Oh no.
that's what
Oh,
I get
no.
for making jokes about dead husbands.
Alright.
I thank her profusely for the food.
give her a smooch. Come on.
Just out of interest.
Yeah, I give her like a grandparent smooch on the
European
cheek.
style kiss on the cheeks.
As you do so, she tries to move her lips to your cheek. She moves really slowly and she sort of shakes a bit. And just a bit
I
of
thank
drool
the
comes out
gods
the
that
corner
she
of her
is.
mouth.
I thank the gods that infirmity has left her somewhat slow.
You see the god of death give you finger guns.
It'd be so fantastic. The Raven Queen herself busts through into a different universe.
Alright, and as
So,
you guys start...
just just before you go on, does this 1d9 plus 2 add on to the previous one, or
you
did
would have
we
lost the
lose the
previous
first
one for
that's
missing.
fair? Yep. So 7 it is. Not a problem. Sorry.
No, you're...
You should be sorry.
Is there anything else anyone wanted to do before you left?
I'll give the steeds a good berry. One each.
Oh, they just whinny in approval as they eat it.
Excellent.
I think we're all good.
Alright, awesome, cool. Then you guys start to head off towards Barrenbark. Are you sort of going top speed or taking it slow?
Fast enough.
Just
But
normal
not-
pace.
I was gonna say quickly, but not enough to run the horses down.
Yeah, we have reason to make some haste, but we don't want to kill the horses getting there.
Like, not dawdling, I guess.
Yeah.
You guys get about there.
Fair enough. You make that. Clear the opening. Hup, hup.
I'm gonna do my daily search for more venomous plants.
In that case, can you roll a survival?
Yes.
Or nature, whichever one you please. Oh yeah, here we go. Nice.
Big boy
Alright,
rolls.
so as you're sort of you're trolling around the bush for some more poisonous plants, you don't really have a good inkling of where to find it now that snow's sort of covering the field a bit. But you do notice a small glow between the cracks of some rocks and like within the crevices, a little bit of a yellow glow is coming out. So it piques your interest and you go over to look into it. And you see...
It's Nenroot.
You see a single small flower. The stem's extremely small and it has a single petal. It glows a white and yellow.
I'm gonna roll nature before I even touch it. Oh, well.
You've never seen this plant in your entire life. Like, having been around, you've never seen anything like this before.
Pick it up with your teeth.
I stuff it in my pocket and return to camp.
Do you really stuff it in your pocket?
Well, like, I'd put it in my inventory. Like, I'd take it.
Okay. Alright. You pluck it at the stem and you put it in your backpack as you head back towards the party.
Can I spend some time casting Locate Animals and Plants as a ritual? I'm searching for bullweed, a healing plant that I know from my past training as a shaman.
Alright, I'll just read that real quick.
You've already given us bullweed. I think.
No, I was just looking at the distance.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well then, throughout your travels as you start leaving Archerston, if you were to cast it on your way, you would have noticed several bits of bullweed, as well as grass pods on your journey itself.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
How many do I collect?
If you were to collect the bullweed, you would find a batch of about 7, and you also find 4 grass pods. Like
Wonderful.
fully matured and good to use.
I love the difference between my foraging and Esfandia. He's just like, I want to heal and I want to destroy. We're like two sides of the same coin, basically.
It's handy because there's a bit of overlap in our abilities, so we can kind of
Yeah, quite.
specialize in different directions.
Yeah, the hunter and the shaman.
Carlius,
Yeah.
what weapons are you rocking right now?
I have a couple of daggers, 2 rapiers, and a short bow.
Right. Would you
Fucking armed to the teeth.
Well, I only had one of each until I got that backpack back.
Ah, right, of course.
So, yeah.
I will trade you a short sword for a rapier because you can. A short sword's light enough to use one in either hand.
I will take him up on the offer. And I'll give him my... Well, actually, before I do, I'll say, are you okay with just a stock rapier?
Yeah, dude. I'm just gonna use it for its materials.
Sweet. So I hand it over and take the short sword.
All right. Short sword weighs 2 pounds, by the way, just so you don't have to look it up.
Excellent.
Oh, actually, speaking of materials, I just realized I have a pound of ball bearings I can give you.
Oh, wow!
It's just
That
I
is-
got it for being a ranger.
That is so much raw metal. Holy shit! I very gladly take this.
I give them to you one by one.
Right.
That's
I'm here for the
100
next-
ball bearings. They all weigh 1/100 of a pound each.
So we've all camped for the night, right?
No one wants to do anything on the journey yet. Like that's the end of it.
Not particularly, nah.
Actually, if as we settle down for the night, I've got this old fucked scale mail.
Mhm.
Can I try and if I took my armor off and I took the shitty scale that's got a couple of arrow holes in it, and I put down this rapier that I just had, and 1 whole pound of BBs, could I potentially use all of that to create Splint?
He's trying so hard. So fucking hard.
Well, it's one of the most
Are
important
you
things
using
about...
your spell for it?
Yeah, I'm using Artisan's Blessing. But the most important thing about that isn't the raw materials, but the cost. So I've got to stack a whole bunch of things on.
Yeah.
Otherwise it won't work.
What's your current gold amount if you were to put all that together?
Current gold amount, hold on, wait, let me check. I've got chain, which is 75, 110, 150.
I would have thought chainmail and scale mail and splint mail would have about the same amount of metal. It's just by construction.
Kind of, it's gold cost. Gold cost is more important than raw materials. But it has to be made out of metal. So I'm kind of limited to what the resources I can use until later levels. How much is 1 whole pound of BBs worth?
1 gold.
1 gold. Yeah, ball bearings.
Oh no.
1,000.
1 pound of it, right?
Yeah.
1,000's 2
No,
pounds.
half.
Then
Yeah.
that's just 5 silver pieces if you only had half a pound of ball bearings.
Yeah.
Because 1,000 weighs 2 pounds.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh wait, so do they weigh 1,000th of a pound each?
Yeah, 1,000 weighs 2 pounds.
Oh well, then I've been carrying around twice as much as I should have been.
Oh.
Wait, no, 5 times as much.
No, I don't have the resources to do it yet. I'll have to wait.
If you were to try, you can make a good majority of the splint mail right now, but it would just have 1
but it
AC
costs...
less. It's up to you. You'd have 1 AC less, and you can complete it at a later time.
Yeah, I'll do that because I'm about to go to sleep and get it back anyway, so I may as well. Boop. I do it. I press the button.
All right, cool. All right. Does anyone else have anything to do on the journey?
Actually, one other thing. Can I spend some time foraging as we travel for some plants that I'm familiar with that might be brewed into a tea to assist in alertness?
Wouldn't locate animals or plants count as foraging once for the day? I thought you can only forage once a day.
No, I can. I don't know if there's a hard cap on foraging for the day, but I can cast locate animals or plants how many times I need to.
That's a good question about foraging.
No, because I thought there was a rule that said you can only take this action once per day or something. Like to forage.
It's less so the fact that you can only take it once per day, and more like it takes you 3 or 4 hours to complete it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, seeing as this journey takes a freaking long time.
Oh yeah,
sure,
no,
why not?
yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. Is that if we want to travel this whole time, you can only do that maybe once before the sun sets. Like you just don't have enough time in the day to actually be able to pull it off.
Well, that's why I wanted to use locate animals or plants. I specifically can find them.
Oh, you can just
within 5
walk
miles.
straight to them, right?
Exactly.
Instead of
It
having
doesn't
to forage
take.
around.
Yeah, as long as they're in the vicinity, I can just find them.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the DM ruling. That's outside of.
Yeah, no, then just roll another survival or nature.
Okie doke.
I love the idea that Aiden is creeping around looking for stuff, and Espendir is just like, "Chala," just walking straight to the plant, pulling it out of the floor, and then walking straight to the next plant.
You find
A little bit of resentment growing.
You find 2 fairly small looking flowers, and you know them as morning dew. If you were to brew them into a tea, they raise your alertness for about an hour. It adds a +2 to your perception rolls, should you need it.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Sounds like a good thing to give people who are on watch.
Yeah, can I brew 1 batch of tea for that, for whoever's going to be on watch tonight?
I can I rub my hands together so they're all embery and cool, and then I just hold the bottom of the kettle so we don't have to make a fire.
I would also like to say I've taken watch for the last 2 nights, so...
Yeah, I'm good for it. I haven't used any spells. So I'll stay up tonight.
Alright, just keep in mind you have that +2.
Cool.
Alright, is everyone good to camp?
Yeah, all good.
Yep.
Alright, awesome. So as you sort of get out to the very far edges of Barrenbark, you've managed to pass the main clearing in the roads, and you start to enter into another thicket of trees. But most of these trees, some of the leaves have already fallen off. It's gotten much colder than what you would be used to. Not cold enough to be like hinder your sleep or anything like that just yet. You still notice a distinct lack of animals, and the moon is still quite bright, casting dim light over the entire area. Thorin, roll a 1d20.
Sorry, would this no longer be considered?
Oh,
no.
What were you gonna say, Longshot?
Oh, would this no longer be considered forest?
That's a good question. What do you guys think? Forests, do the trees have to have leaves in them?
Yeah, that'll still be a forest.
Yeah, well there you have it.
You didn't only go outside when it wasn't winter.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, forests don't stop being forests when like autumn comes
Well, I'm
around.
just thinking like if it's... Because I don't know whether this place is like fucked up or not.
I guess for you, this will be the
This is for
line
purposes of...
for
Okay.
your whole bonus in regards to forest.
Alright, cool.
So that covers pretty much everything else. But for Thorin, as you're taking watch, do you take it in a tree?
Yeah, I'll chill on a tree.
Alright, so you're just chilling in a tree, and maybe 3 to 4 hours pass into the night. You don't really make much of it, you don't really see anything in the distance. And as you stand up, a sudden pain sort of tinges at your fingers and toes. It feels like as though the cold has gotten to you through your armor, and the armor has just made things a bit worse. You try to take a step, and you slip and fall off the branch.
Fuck.
Would you have tied yourself to it?
Huh? I don't have any rope.
Oh, okay. Well, then in that case,
Plonk.
yeah. Let me just
The party is woken up by a cacophonous.
The only other thing I wanted to say is, I wrote this down like a long time ago, so because you guys are gonna climb trees a lot. Most of the trees are about 40 feet or higher.
Holy shit! I wouldn't be that high up.
Pussy.
No, I'd just be like right down the like 10 feet off the ground, maybe. I'm not going all the way to the top. Fuck that! I'm in heavy armor.
No,
can't
I mean
do that
like
shit.
40 feet, as in pretty close to the minimum. So maybe
Oh, no.
like 20 feet, you'd find a branch that barely supports you.
Okay, I guess in that case, I probably wouldn't have even made it up the tree. I'd just be chilling out on the floor.
Alright.
Because I can't make 40 feet in heavy armor. There's just no way.
With disadvantage to climb.
Yeah.
Alright, you take this amount in frost damage.
Oh,
You feel pretty bad. And your throat feels very dry now. You weren't really aware of the effects of this environment, not having camped out here much in the past.
oh, Christ! I might have to make a fire. Is
What?
that can I take that away from my temporary hit points?
Yeah, you haven't rested yet.
Cool.
But for you right now, you're gonna be basically afflicted by chilled, if you will, and if you don't do something about it, you might have to roll for a proper rest.
Can I I don't want to push it too far, but you said I had the like a slightly different flavored version of thaumaturgy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Can I heat myself up doing that? Because I can like rub
Yeah,
my
yeah,
hands
of course.
together and make embers and like
Yeah, of course.
yeah. So
Yeah,
can
so
I like
yeah.
just like rub my hands together, rub my
Yeah,
my-
you start doing that, and small embers fall to your feet, and you start warming the tips of your fingers and toes up. You even try to cross your toes, forming little embers
Yeah.
between your toes.
I imagine just like steam is just rising from me perpetually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of steam is
Okay.
rising from you. If you're on the ground, a small circle of water has formed in a puddle beneath your feet, and most of the snow's
Oh,
pretty
I'll be pacing around like a good watchman.
Alright, good. Then in that case, the night...
Trying to make a point about my style of watching ball.
The night continues on unabated, and you eventually swap watch, and everyone takes a full rest, replenished of health and spell slots.
Cool. And there goes the temporary hit points as well.
Yep.
Great. I'm glad they shielded me from that night of coldness. Which is what I say when people start waking up, by the way. I just kind of just like look over people, teeth chattering, and just be like, it's fucking cold here.
Yeah, that's why I'm in this tent. And my
I have a
bed
tent
roll.
too! Ah, fuck! It was in my bag, I forgot about it. Damn it!
Thorin's just curled up, frozen in a ball on the ground, 5 feet away from his tent.
Can I start preparing like some breakfast? Like,
Hell yeah.
do I have some recipes that I've known throughout my years of training as a shaman? Like, could I make a bullweed stew, combining some of the grass pods, maybe?
You can start doing it now. I don't have a pre-prepared list, but if you had to tell me what you're trying to do.
All right, so Thorin, could you throw out some of that snow to create some fresh water for a stew?
Sure. Do you have anything to hold it in?
Oh shit! Do we have like a cauldron or some shit? Do we actually have?
Because I can
don't.
melt the snow, it'll just fucking fall into the ground.
Yeah, we don't actually have any cooking elements, do we?
I'm pretty sure, actually, hold on, wait.
I write a note in one of my books to buy cooking implements next time. Add it to my shopping list.
I had a mess kit in my old pack.
One
Damn.
second.
The one that got left behind. I knew I forgot to buy something.
One moment. I may have a mess kit in my current.
Oh.
Oh, buddy. Yes, I do.
Hey.
I provide the mess kit.
Cool.
All right.
Got a lot to work with.
Redeemed yourself in my eyes.
Alright, so I scoop up a bunch of snow in the cooking pot, and then I kind of just sit cross-legged with it in my lap, and I put my hands on either side, and I just like warm it up.
Excellent. I'm going to collect some firewood. I imagine a lot of these trees are like really dry at this point.
Easy.
Okay, I start setting up a little campfire to heat up the ingredients. Can I like forage for some like root vegetables, some stuff to fill out the stew, like plucking some carrots out of the ground?
Find some wild carrots and potatoes. They look really weird and gangly.
As
long as there's no more addition to them, I'm fine with that.
I have one ration that you could use.
No need. I mean, I'm going to be using some bullweed and some grass pods for this.
I have some ferociously rotten venison.
Yikes.
Why haven't you chucked that out? I chucked mine out ages ago.
Because once it gets really rotten, I'm going to dip my arrows in it and go for biological warfare.
Oh!
Ugh.
If there's anyone we really don't like.
Alright, how much bullweed would I need to make a decent sized stew?
How much are you putting in?
I'm trying to figure out, like, would 3 counts be enough to feed us?
You might have to just try and find out.
Yeah.
Unless you've done it before.
Do you have a, you have a mess kit now, right? Like as a tool?
Yeah.
Actually, seeing as I grew up foraging for myself, would I know this and be able to tell him?
Oh yeah. You need about 2 bullweed per person.
Oh.
For it to be like a thick enough good stew. If you did half of it, it'd be a bit watery and weird.
Could I like fill that out by adding some grass pods?
Yeah, of course, totally.
So let's say if I added 7 bullweed and 3 grass pods to fill in for the remaining 3 bullweed. Would that be sufficient?
Yeah, of course, most definitely. Could you roll your mess kit at advantage?
What is a mess kit?
Attribute? What's the a mess kit is basically just like an on the fly, like a traveling cooking set.
Yeah, do like a intelligence attribute for it, I guess. Or wisdom. Intelligence or wisdom.
Oh, wisdom, dude! I got that wisdom shit down pat. Give that shit over here.
If you did it, you wouldn't have advantage.
Can I be? Okay.
Were you gonna guidance?
Yeah, I was gonna be saying
if
like.
You liked it, then roll the guidance.
Yeah, I'm toking along as I cook the meal, stoking my appetite.
Fucking hell.
I love how a druid is just perpetually stoned out of his fucking mind.
It's like one day he loses the pipe and turns into a barbarian. Just
gotta have it back.
I like the idea more that he thinks that he's casting spells.
I had a character like that once. I was an elven fighter who genuinely believed... No, a human fighter who genuinely believed he was an elven druid.
I remember that. I was there for that. We left you behind. Oh, that's disappointing. But 13 is bigger than 0, so I'll take it.
Alright, yeah, everyone gets a 2d6 plus 2d8 plus 6 if you were to consume the soup. And because of the potatoes and carrots.
Oh, Gallius! Oh boy!
It goes down fairly easily.
Yeah, this
really does.
Where have you been all my life, Esfindir?
Yeah, I'm gonna like nudge Tobias in the shoulder, like, hey, that stew from before doesn't really match up, does it anymore?
No, you are my new favorite cook.
I click my fingers and I point towards Esfindir and Tobias, and I'm like, why don't we try and mix them together next time?
This can only end well.
Yeah, of course. Either we figure out that it's a terrible idea, or we get a bonus.
So yeah, it sort of fills you up with warmth and it keeps the cold out for the day. And as the sun sort of rises even higher into the sky, you continue your journey towards Barrenbark.
Is my horse as resistant to the cold as I am because I'm sitting on top of it?
That's a good question. Did any of you straddle your horses with like saddles or clothing or anything?
Just whatever they had on them when we left.
Oh, okay.
I assume
They
it
would have
already
just had a
saddle.
saddle, but like no bags.
Yeah.
Then in that case, I guess the horse would have sort of protested a little bit, but like they still trudged along. The snow's not that thick yet, so they don't have any problem running through it.
I don't have enough feed for my horse.
That's right, I can handle that. I cast Good Berry for the day, and I offer 5 of the berries, 1 for each steed.
Nice.
Yeah, they all eat it very happily, and they whinny in joyous rejuvenation.
Excellent. I pocket the remaining 5.
You do so. And a lot of you continue towards Barrenbark.
I do that thing like in Napoleon Dynamite where he has the potato gems, the guy kicks the bag with the gems.
Oh, thank God. We're going to get there around just like midday, 1 o'clock as well. So we don't have to worry about getting there when the sun's going down.
Give me a sec, I need to change the time. Alright, so as you sort of carry on through towards Barrenbark and you follow the dirt road, you weave in between the thicket of pretty much dead trees by this point. Everyone from Elsyx noticed that these trees actually are dead. Like dead. As in recently dead. And they don't move or sway like the other trees of Elsyx.
Guys, I don't know about you, but for some reason this place just I feel quite unsettled being here.
Yeah, as you get closer to Barrenbark, the thicket of trees, there's like a tree line around the whole Barrenbark area, and in the distance you see a very tall mountain, and carved into the side of a mountain is the entrance to a fort. And between the fort and the tree line there's about 200 or 300 feet of just no man's land, like no trees whatsoever. And littered throughout the field are just rusted pieces of weapons and armor, some banners trodden into the ground being covered by snow.
What banners?
You see a mix of Vestergaard banners as well as Elsyx banners.
These weapons are beyond repair, right? They're
Way
just
beyond
fucked.
repair.
Yeah, they're just
Like,
totally...
this is a battle of long ago.
That's a shame.
How actually, can I get an idea of how long ago it is by looking at the banners? Like, how different are the designs to ones compared to the ones that I recognize?
Oh, that's actually a good point.
Is that something that Thorin would be smart enough to do? He might not be. Actually, no, disregard that. I don't think Thorin would think of that.
What's your intelligence?
1. I've got a 1 mod. It's just 12.
That's
so
still
it's
above average.
Oh, I guess.
But yeah, no, you recognize that the banners are of the current era.
Okay, so it's not like hundreds of years old.
No.
Okay.
And
Alright.
yeah, a lot of them just seems pretty trodden and unmaintained.
Alright, nothing noteworthy. I don't speak up.
Oh yeah, and I guess underneath like the armor and like weapons and shields, you just see like the skeletons of corpses of soldiers who have died long ago.
I have a look around to see if there's any coinage left.
I was just about to say that I do like a little like solemn religious hand gesture to wish them well. As I see you looting their fucking corpses.
I never said I was looting the corpse.
No, I don't stop him. Dead men have no use.
How long are you gonna spend doing this?
Oh, I'd give maybe 5-10 minutes in just the general area.
Alright.
We don't stop for him is basically what's happening.
You find 3 silver rings. They're worth about 15 silver pieces each. And you also find a collection of 17 gold.
Oh, excellent. 3 silver rings. 5.
Are you all still sort of in the tree line, or are you sort of standing in the battlefield?
Unless anybody stops me, I'm just gonna like, at a very like a walking pace on top of my horse, just plod out into just towards Barrenbark itself.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Like, I see no reason to stop just because there was a battle here a long time ago.
Well, as you guys sort of step onto the main battlefield and you start traversing towards Barrenbark, in the distance you see that the carved out fort into the mountainside, there's big iron gates, like fully polished black and imposing. It looks much newer than it should be. And inside the sides of the door, you also notice little slits, like sort of arrow slits inside the mountainside. And every now and again you'll see like a little glimmer of like metal pointing out of it.
I've got awesome mental imagery going on right now.
Who crafted this place?
You've got what? What imagery?
Some awesome mental imagery going on right now. Just picturing it. Just like, this place looks fucking sick.
Yeah, like, Tobias, can you roll a history check on this? Like, who made this place?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm proficient in history. Can I also roll a thing?
Yes, you can. Oh, Tobias, you can do it at advantage.
Ugh. Yikes. Never mind. I don't do shit.
Yep. Oh, good rolls are all used up.
We use them intimidating peasants.
I'm going to roll to see if this is a natural formation.
Holy fuck.
No, it is not a natural formation.
As far as you're aware, it's not a natural formation, but the fort itself has been made in such a way, like with the mountain in mind. Like in no way has it cut into the integrity of the mountainside.
Huh.
And as for
hey guys,
Jack,
I think this is
you don't know. You just know that it's been built with expert craftsmanship. You haven't seen anyone do something with such little natural footprint, with like concrete and cobblestone before.
I'm making note of this just for me enjoying crafting stuff. I'm going to take some pointers from these people. Whoever did it knew what they were doing. I would love to meet these people, hopefully learn a thing or two.
And as you sort of traverse throughout the battlefield, you hear a crow in the distance just and flies over towards the top of you. It transforms into a drummer leak and he does a 3-point landing in the snow, sending snowflakes flying through the air. He stands up. I see you've made it. Good, good.
I rub my chin. Isn't that terrible for your knees?
It's why I'm old. And creaky.
Yeah, he's old and creaky, but he's actually only like 25 years old. Just took 3-point landing.
Oh, he is a human, by the way.
Oh,
for Esfandiar, just in case he thought it was an elf.
Okay,
he's
cool.
a human druid for some reason. Well, specifically, it's weird because it's in your druidic circle, full of like elves and stuff.
Okay, gotcha. So, can I like rub the back of my head and like search my memory? Like, how long ago did a drummer leak join my circle?
You know that he's been a long-standing member of your group, like more than 30, 40 years, maybe even 50. Like, he's pretty advanced in age right now. And if you were to look at him, he has like a pretty grey beard.
Okay, so he's been around for like...
Also, he wears like plate metal armor, which is really weird for a druid too.
Yeah, I'm puzzled by that, but I won't mention that just yet. A drummer leak. How goes it? What have you discovered about Barrenbark?
Things look grim. I've found half of the refugees I'm supposed to find, and I've led them to a safe little sanctuary off in the distance. He points off to some of the dead wood area. Then he says, they've told me something that... He sort of sighs. Soars like Eagle took some of the refugees inside Barrenbark to hopefully hold out and find a better position, just in case Vestergaard soldiers were to come around this way. It's been a day, and I've waited for quite a while now, and they've not come back.
Was Master safe when you last spoke to him?
He seemed well.
I don't try and hide the relief on my face. How far into Barrenbark do you think they would have traversed?
I'm not sure. He told me that he wanted to lead the refugees in and to find a place to hole up. Barrenbark is a castle fort made specifically for battle and to hold off the front lines. More than likely there'll be plenty of food stocks and supplies inside. They haven't come back out and I haven't gone in because I didn't want to leave the rest of the refugees out here to fend for themselves.
Understandable.
Well, if you want to go in and check on him, we'll stay out here with the other refugee.
We're not adventurers, we're just observers.
We're concerned citizen.
Well, I don't see a problem with that.
I don't say that. Okay, what do you know about Barrenbark? What could have endangered them in there?
I've asked some of the refugees and I've had conflicting reports. A lot of them say that they felt they felt negative energy. But that doesn't really tell me much. And none of these people are magically inclined. None of them have seen the druidic ways of our people, so they don't understand.
Have you scripted it yourself?
No, I have not gone in.
I think this would be something worth dedicating some time to.
If nothing else, I'm sure I could find all kinds of interesting things in there.
Yeah, boy. Out of character, I'm just getting really keen for a dungeon crawl.
I was just about to say, time is of the essence, and there is no better time than to act than now. So
yeah, he places a hand on Esfandiar and says, "It's been a day and a half, and there's been no news of them. Time is running short.
Then we must hasten quickly."
As the winds of Pale Frost start to rain down on this land, and the month progresses, the cold will certainly make this area uninhabitable again.
Very well. Adramalik, if you would safeguard the refugees you've managed to find, we will travel into Barrenbark and search for the remainder. Hopefully I will find Master safe and sound.
None of you will mind if I take my mounts back, would you?
How far away are we from the entrance of Barrenbark?
Within like walking distance.
Okay,
Bless
cool.
you. He says. It is a cold
Yeah,
month.
it's really cold.
Wait, just for flavor, when I sneeze, can it, instead of it being like phlegmy, can it be like embers that like swirl in the air after they travel a foot?
Sure.
Yeah. Hey.
Gingerly move my books away from you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm terrible with paper.
By trade,
Yeah.
Do you guys surrender your mounts?
Yeah.
That's a very strong word.
Like, we're not going to take them.
I willingly relinquish my mount. I don't surrender it.
As your mounts sort of go by Adramalik's side, you see a sixth horse come off in the distance and you realize it's Adramalik's horse. Somehow you didn't see him following a lot of you throughout the whole ordeal.
Does Esfandiar still have his elk?
Wait,
Oh,
so
yeah.
hang on.
Yeah, can I like mention to Adramalik to take good care of Kaka? Like, I'm sure he's enjoying his adventure here. Don't eat him, please.
Kaka leaps. Kaka
Wait,
leaps
so
Adramalik's cheek.
Just to understand the Drummerleague's psyche. So he bailed on us in the middle of the night, left his horse, and had another horse waiting for him somewhere.
No, it's the same horse.
Oh, okay.
The horse followed you guys.
Is that horse another druid?
I've had that horse tied to my horse the whole time.
It's another druid. It's not a horse.
I suspected as much.
But yeah, he starts leading them off towards where he pointed where the refugees were, and then he looks at a lot of you and says, "Be careful in there. I hope to see you back, because we have a long journey back to Orchard."
I don't suppose there's anything you can offer us as a parting gift.
I just heard Chris laugh in the background. I can help myself.
It's just so cliche with the whole "be careful in there."
I love how he's like, be careful in there, you have a long way back. Yeah, because you're taking our fucking horses.
Oh no. My horses will be here with the caravans. I hope you find the rest of the refugees and we'll take you back together.
As do I.
Okay.
Onwards.
Dungeon time.
He leads
We
off.
we establish our usual marching order that we.
Yep. And as you stand in front of the Barrenbark fort, an extremely tall iron gate stands in your way. The right half of the iron gate has been pushed slightly ajar, just enough for people to fit through.